All right, well, let me give the official cheers and say welcome to each and every one of you to another weekly edition of Happy Hour with the Lincoln. This is where week by week I'll do my best to answer all of your stock market related questions, tell tales and rant about stock market topics, and share my 2 decades of trading experience with you, all in the attempts to help you become a more successful and a more professional trader. Now, for you guys that need help with that, on the top of your screen will appear a link. All you need to do is cut and paste that link. Click that link. Follow that link, and you can start trading with us live. Now, before I get started, I do want to make a special announcement. As you know, this is the last happy hour of 2019, and we're going into 2020, which we're going to talk about in just a second. And I will be introducing my brand new course, which is Newbie Nights. Actually, it's not new. I did this thing years ago, but now it's back. It starts in about 1 week. I'm going to post a link here on the screen, but if you want to know what that is, that's for all you new traders out there, aspiring traders, those of you that want to get involved in trading, or those of you just struggling and you want to build that right foundation. Like I've always been an advocate about how important it is at the beginning of your career to set the tone for it, to get the right kind of habits ingrained into you and to do the right things. That way you don't carry any baggage with you years down the road like I did. You just don't want to go that route. It's too hard, it's too long, and there's no need for that right now. So what it is, we're going to talk about the basics of chart patterns, why charts work, setups, scanning. Comes with a free DVD, also comes with free access to the trade rooms. Basically, you and I working together. We're going to do a series of webinars throughout the month of January. So we're working together one-on-one, trying to get you to where you need and get your foot in the door with trading, or at least point you in the right direction to where you need to be to have those right habits so you can become a successful trader by the year's end. If you guys are interested, again, the link is on top of your screen. So I want to take this moment and I want to reflect on 2019. I was going to save this one, but I felt like I was going to do it now because I kind of been festering. But it was a good enough year that I had to break out the Brood Lottich signature. That's right, signature. To wind down 2019. This is like bottle number 500. Now, some of you might remember, I think I did happy hour number 3 when I got this. I got this as a gift from a client in the trade room. Must be doing something right if you're going to kick down the Brood Lottich. Very, very nice gift. As you can see, I haven't drank very much of it. But as I always said, Scotch is not a drink that you just get pounded and hammered on. You sip it. It's a distinguishable drink. It's only to be shared with good friends over good stories. And you can always tell how good the Scotch is, right? It's not like food. If there's really good food in the refrigerator, it's gone. Scotch, this is like 3 years old. Look how much I've drank of this. Because this is the special stuff. You only break this out on special occasions. I think 2019 is a special occasion. I think you guys are a special occasion. So I'm going to give you the Brood Lottich cheers to all my supporters out there. All of you that were with me through 2019. All of you that were with me before that. You guys that are in the trade room that trade with me every day. And we got to put up with each other. Even if you don't like me and you're like, I hate this dude. I don't even know why I listen to him. Well, cheers to you too. Thank you guys for your support through 2019. So that's what I'm going to talk about 2019. I'm going to talk about goals. And we'll talk about things I'm thinking about, how you can achieve your goals and stuff like that. And one thing I want to do here is when I started these happy hours, it was to be transparent and honest with everybody about trading. You're not going to find people out there in the trading business that are going to sit here and tell you how difficult something is or how hard it is. You know, they're always out there trying to make this thing sound like it's really easy and that every day is just joyous and so blessed. And they have this really calm demeanor about themselves and they never get pissed off. That's total bullshit. There's no way there's any such thing. I know traders personally. I've never met a trader that doesn't blow a screw up top every once in a while. How can you not? I mean, this market is so unpredictable at times. Stocks are so unpredictable at times. And when you're in a competitive business, you look at professional athletes, professional business people that are competitive. When you're in a competitive business and your paycheck depends on you and your behavior and your competitiveness, you're going to get angry sometimes. And I'm no different. We're human beings. We got blood pumping through our heart like everyone else. We get angry sometimes. We get angry. And what does that mean? Well, when I'm looking back at 2019, I was going to save this topic for a couple of weeks, but it's really been bothering me. So over the last couple of weeks, I've just kind of dialed my trading down a little bit just because I'm reflecting. I'm still trading every day, but I've just kind of taken my intensity down. I'm thinking about 2020. And I'm having a hard time. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm having a hard time letting go of this year already, and it's not even over. Now, don't get me wrong. This was an awesome trading year for me. Easy 6 figures. Easy. I shouldn't complain. There was a time when if I made $5, I thought I was the king of the world. So that's good. But like I said, every year you raise the bar for yourself and you put expectations on yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we do. That's how we live. We put expectations. And I'm only in a competition with myself. I don't care how much money other people make. I don't care how well they do. I think about me and I say, I'm worth this much. I can do this much. So this is how much I should do. That's how I base my life on. So what's bothering me about this year, and it's kind of plagued me in the past years, is how quickly I adapt to change. Now, why I say that is because I can see what's happening. I know what's happening and I know I should react, but it takes me a while to break my habit, reshift my biases, and adjust. So when I look back, 2018, 17, 16, especially 15, these were monster years for me in trading. Now, you would think with this bullish year that we're going to have here, 2019 is probably going to go down as like one of the third all-time most bullish years ever. This is like 1999 all over again. I thought if somebody would have told me at the beginning of the year that this is the kind of year we were going to have, I'd be like, oh man, I'm going to crack $1 million. No, I didn't. And I think where that lies is at the beginning of the year, I was hesitant to jump in when I knew the market was going to rally. Now, a lot of you might remember my last happy hour of last year. I did it on a Christmas Eve. I was in West Virginia in the road and the market was tanking. I said, this is going to be one of the best opportunities ever to buy stocks, right? And I did that, but I had maybe, let's say you needed this much conviction. I had maybe that much conviction. I did it, but I didn't do it with authority, not as well as I said it. And I'm going to admit it, not as authoritative as I said it. Then once we got into January, I already made some pretty good money on that transaction. I wasn't trusting the rally that we already had through January. I'm like, well, it's going to pull back. It's going to pull back. It's going to pull back. Well, it didn't. The market just kept rolling and it kept rolling. Then every pullback we had along the way, I'm like, okay, now it's really going to correct. And it's like, it took me so long to just buy into the rally. And then, of course, we had the trade war, which is total scam headline all year. I mean, how many of us really got frustrated over here in trade war? Trade talks are going well. And these algos running up the market, back and forth. That was kind of exhausting, sometimes getting these huge moves. And now I sit here at the end of the year and I'm like, I should have been more aggressive. Now, I also did a happy hour once about risk on and risk off. When I said you're in risk on markets, you're in risk off markets. And what that means is your strategy never changes, just your aggressiveness and approach to the strategy. So when a trader says I'm getting more aggressive, that doesn't mean we're just throwing shit up against the wall for shits and giggles. That means what we're doing is we're taking what we already know. We're staying disciplined on the setup and the research, but when we see the idea, we double up on it now. So maybe last month it was a 100 share position. This month it's a 300 share position because the market's allowing us to do that. That's another area where I had actually faltered. I didn't really increase my position size, especially through the month of December. Now, I've won almost every day this month, but I always tell myself, I got to double up. And I still haven't just let go. So it's not the end of the world. Like I said, I'm 21 years in now. I've been profitable, making a living at this for a long freaking time. And I'm lucky I'm even here, to be honest with you. Seriously, I'm lucky. I know the challenges that trading presents to people. And sometimes I got to pinch myself just to think I can't believe I've actually done this. From where I started, the disaster I went through, I can't. Sometimes I can't believe I'm actually here. Really, I'm really a lucky son of a bitch. Seriously, I'm sitting here talking to you guys, drinking some 25-year-old brewed Loddish, one of 600. What am I bitching about? Right? First world problems, huh? Anyway. So it kind of upsets me because I should have been able, at my level, I should have been able to see that. So I'm going to try to work on that, because I don't expect the market in 2020 to be like it is now. I don't expect that much bullishness. But I'd like to be able to recognize the switches and biases a little bit faster. Actually, I do recognize them. I'd like to be able to not just recognize them, but I'd like to be able to execute on them and not drag my feet and take me a week or two to adjust to the new market. I'd like to be able to do that a little quicker. So that's going to be my goal. Now, when it comes to goals as well with you guys, I know I've done a happy hour. I think I've even done a whiteboard about goals. The thing about them is you can't benchmark yourself against other people. Like I said in the beginning here, I don't care what other people make. And I don't care where I stack up in the world's greatest traders. I just look at myself and go, hey, this is Doug's life right here. This is what I need to survive and live on. This is what makes me happy. If it was $1,000,000 that made me happy, then I'd try to make $1,000,000 every year. But I know what I need. I'm comfortable with my life. I don't need much. And I say, this is what I'm worthy of. This is what I think I can achieve. This is what I want to achieve. And that's the bar I set for myself. And I suggest that everybody does that for you. So when you're making goals, one of the reasons that people don't succeed at them is because they try to do too much too fast and they overwhelm themselves. You know, you want to lose some weight. You're saying, I'm going to lose 10 pounds at the beginning of the year. It doesn't work like that. It's not drastic change and radical change that makes a difference in someone's life. It's little small changes done with consistency over a period of time that result in massive change. So what you really need to do is make weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, and think about, what I like to do is think about next year at this time. Where do I see myself? You know, where do I want to be? And then that's where I start. And then I say, how do I get there? Now, when I compare what I said last year after I did that happy hour, I'm like, I've got this once in a lifetime opportunity, maybe once in a 10-year opportunity with this 25% correction. I really want to take full advantage of this. And like I said, I thought in the beginning I was taking full advantage, but I wasn't. I didn't take advantage enough. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of let myself down there. That's where my real complaint comes from. I let myself down. I had an opportunity, what I felt was maybe a once in a decade opportunity, and I squandered it, you know. And now I've been kicking around that whole thing. I've got to let it go. It's still bugging me. And every day that the market goes up, even though I'm making money, I'm like, shit, I could have been making a lot more. But traders, right? Traders. So think about that when you're making your goals. Whatever, if it's professional or personally, start with that area. Just start and say, this is what I want to do in 365 days. You know, not from 0 to 100, but how do I get from 0 to 5, 0 to 10? You know, let me get to 5 first before I start thinking about 100. If you want to make $1 million, figure out how to make 50,000 first, you know, or 10 to 5. Just try to make something. If you're not a successful trader, just try to be successful, right? Set these achievable goals and set some sort of strict pattern where you're not being too hard on yourself, but you're rewarding yourself along the way. You'll see that these little small things that you do over time will make a big difference. So for me, that's going to come with being a little bit more patient, because one of the side things of that, obviously, like I always said, it's a snowball effect with trading and life in general, is that carrying that weight around saying, man, I really should have done better. I should have performed better. Again, you won't hear service people saying that. They should have done better. I should have done better. It's like it creates FOMO too. These little FOMO incidents where you're like chasing stocks a little bit. You get antsy because you're like, I don't have enough. The market won't pull back, and then it does pull back, and you're like, oh man, I got stuck being a rookie again. You know, it can start all of these nightmarish problems that we have, and then one thing leads to another. And you make a couple mess up mistakes, and then there it goes. And along the way, of course, you're going to make mistakes. Maybe some of you are going to start out the year really strong in your areas. You're going to be really committed to your goal, and then you're going to taper off. Some of you are not going to start out so strong, but don't give up on it. You know, just take a moment and think about, you know, when you're going back through the year, what you did well, what you didn't do well. And I know it's really tough because I'm in that position right now trying to let go of, I should have been more aggressive, but I'm not. But I'm going to have to, you know, figure out what I'm going to do in 2020. You know, how am I going to do better? You know, I'll have to just get my revenge when the market dives 50% and I'm still making money, if that ever happens. So think about where you are, you know, where you want to be. It's an important thing. And again, I think the most important out of all of that is that you're always competing with yourself. You're the only one in this, man. It's all about you getting what you want. So I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Glad I got to share this Brood Lodge. Again, thanks to each and every one of you. It's been a great year. Tune in for more happy hours. Got a lot of great things coming up this year, business-wise. Just thanks a lot. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for watching these. Thanks for being here along this journey. It's been great. This year, 2020 will also be my 10th year in the service business, 22nd year as a trader. So a lot of big things. Again, appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great holiday. Have a great 2020. Cheers.